This K&N air intake system is designed to increase power and acceleration by reducing restriction in the intake path. K&N 63-9036 air intake fits 2012 Toyota Tundra models with 5.7-liter engines. It comes with K&N's famous million-mile limited warranty. The 63-9036 air intake is not legal for highway use in California or other states adopting California emission standards. Check knfilters.com for an up-to-date list of models this air intake fits and for a list of other CARB adoption states. K&N power testing showed an estimated power gain of 9.2 horsepower at 5,497 RPM, with the 63-9036 air intake installed on a 2012 Toyota Tundra with a 5.7-liter engine. Actual results will vary depending on the condition of the vehicle, mileage, weather, and other variables. With the air intake installed, we ran the vehicle on the dyno to test the sound comparison versus the stock intake. The intake system includes components that have been designed or matched to the needs of these vehicles to produce a safe horsepower increase. Detailed installation instructions are included with this kit. The tools needed for this install are shown. Turn off the ignition and disconnect the negative battery cable. Disconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection and unhook the wiring harness from the airbox. Lift off the engine cover. Loosen the hose clamp that secures the intake tube to the throttle body. Disconnect the crankcase vent hose and fuel pressure line from the intake resonator. Release the 4 retaining clips securing the upper air box. Then, remove the upper air box and intake tube assembly from the vehicle. Loosen the 2 bolts securing the lower air box, and then remove the lower air box from the vehicle. K&N recommends that customers do not discard the factory air intake. Remove the bolt that secures the ground strap to the inner fender. Install the short L-shaped heat shield mounting bracket onto the heat shield using the provided spacer and hardware. Install the second short heat shield mounting bracket onto the heat shield using the provided spacer and hardware. Install the longer L-shaped heat shield mounting bracket onto the heat shield using the provided spacers and hardware. Install the filter adapter onto the heat shield and secure with the provided hardware. Install the provided edge trim onto the heat shield. Set the heat shield into the engine compartment and secure the factory nuts with the provided hardware. Be sure to place the ground strap between the mounting bracket and the inner fender and then secure with the heat shield mounting bolt. Install the silicone hose onto the throttle body and secure with the provided hose clamp. Install the silicone hump hose onto the filter adapter and secure with the provided hose clamp. Remove the 2 screws securing the mass air sensor, and then remove the mass air sensor from the upper airbox housing. Install the gasket onto the provided mass air adapter. Install the mass air sensor through the K&N mass air sensor adapter. Secure using the provided hardware. Install the mass air sensor assembly into the K&N intake tube so that the opening in the sensor faces the filter end of the tube. Install the provided NPT vent fittings into the K&N intake tube. Install the hose mender into the provided crankcase vent hose. Install the crankcase vent hose assembly into the factory crankcase vent hose. Insert the K&N intake tube into the hump hose attached to the heat shield and then into the step hose attached to the throttle body. Secure with the provided hose clamps. Connect the crankcase vent hose and the fuel pressure hose to the fittings connected to the K&N intake tube. Install the K&N air filter and secure with the provided hose clamp. Reconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection. Remove the front engine cover mounting stud from the intake manifold. Install the provided stud into the mounting stud location. Install the provided nut extension onto the stud. Install the factory mounting stud into the nut extension. Install the engine cover. Reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting the vehicle. It will be necessary for all K&N high-flow intake systems to be checked periodically for realignment, clearance, and tightening of all connections. Failure to follow the above instructions or proper maintenance may void warranty. K&N makes products for nearly every vehicle on the road. The K&N website allows you to search products by vehicle or dimension, download installation instructions, view dyno charts showing estimated horsepower gains for this product, and view product details. For information on where to buy K&N products, go to knfilters.com.